Here we go.
Omnimovie uses full-size VHS tapes, plays Hollywood movies, all your own.
That really got you there at the end. Hello. Welcome. It's a retro review this week. You are listening to the Matt and Mark Movie Show, and this week we are going to be reviewing the original Beetlejuice from 1988. And you may be saying to yourself, why would you do this? Twofold. One, we're going to be reviewing the new Beetlejuice next week, Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. And two, most importantly, the reason I wanted to do this episode, and I'm going to talk to Mark about this. Mark has never seen this movie before, right?
Oh. Actually, when you said 1988, I was like, holy shit, this movie is old. Is it 1988?
1988.
Is it?
Because it was the year before Tim Burton made Batman, which was 89. So this was 1988, crazy. Dude. Crazy year for movies. 88, Die Hard was also 1988. Who Framed Roger Rabbit was also 1988. Crazy fucking year.
Movies were really cool back in the 80s,
movies
actually.
Were better.
Those late 80s movies were the shit.
They were better. But here's the crazy part is I think most people my age, our age, grew up with Beetlejuice. Like, saw the movie and remembered watching the cartoon. There was an animated series for a long time on Saturday mornings. I don't know if you remember that. And there was even a couple video games and stuff. Like, Beetlejuice was definitely a part of my childhood. So when I asked you if you had ever seen it and you said no, dude, it blew my fucking mind. So I am super curious to hear what you have to say about this movie.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, well, here's the thing is, like, I do remember everyone else's fervor over this movie back in the day, because it's like, people I knew loved everyone I know from my childhood loves Beetlejuice, talk about it all the time. I never understood, like, that, you know, I guess, were they sandworms or something?
The
right?
sandworm, yeah. The sandworm.
Yeah, so, like, I would hear that joke all the time, and I never understood it until now. And now I get what they're talking about.
Until you saw Dune and Dune 2. Whoops, wrong movie. We're going to get
These
to Mark's...
sandworms are way cooler.
These are way better. We're going to get to Mark's first time Beetlejuice experience. But first, some housekeeping. And it's not technically spooky season, but it kind of feels like it is. So I'm just going to play this again.
The second horror
Second time.
Kind of spooky, if you think about it.
That's right, it is kind of spooky if you think about it. Hey, it's housekeeping, really quick. Mark, you know this. I put up since our Patreon is fucking dead, speaking of ghosts and horror movies, since our Patreon is deader than most of the ghosts in this movie, I am starting to put some of the exclusive content on our main feed, and this weekend I put out the Willow commentary. So if you're hearing this,
that's a good one.
Yeah, you can go and listen to our Willow commentary. It's available for everybody. You can stream it. I think it's fucking awesome. I think we've only done 2 commentaries, and I am going to release the other one probably maybe in a couple weeks or maybe next month. Yeah, dude, I think it's the best one we've done thus far. Right?
Of the 2.
Of the 2, it's clearly the better one. It's far and away the better one. One is going to be
better, and it's this one.
It's the first one. Yeah, that's right.
I actually really enjoyed doing that. That was really fun, actually, to just nerd out with you about that movie. So check that shit out, fellas.
Goddamn right. Also,
and then subscribe and ring the bell.
Subscribe and ring the bell and do all the YouTube crap. Speaking of YouTube, follow us on YouTube, like and subscribe there, as Mark said. We also have a voicemail if you want to connect with us. Call us. The voicemail is 707-948-6707. Socials, Instagram, at the Matt and Mark Movie Show. That's it. That's all I got to say. You know what? Somebody actually asked me this last week, so I'm just going to say it here. We also have an email. If you do want to email us,
it's Matt. Older and older.
Yeah, dude. It's mattandmarkmovieshow@gmail.com. Soon we'll have a fucking AOL address.
We'll drive a Morse code.
if you want to send us a teletype, you can
We got a message from Jeff.
It's like, oh, it's a Western Union. It's very long. It's in 8 parts. Must be from Jeff. Speaking of, dude,
He
Jeff
sent
was
it
all
from his car.
Jeff was all active on the text thread this weekend. I was very
know.
surprised. I'm like,
I thought he died.
I thought Jeff had died too. I was prepared to use the handbook for the recently deceased to contact Jeff. Turns out he's alive. Why is that funny? Okay, let's get down to brass fucking tacks here, people. So, listen, I'm not going to ring the spoiler bell because I think most of you know this movie by heart. I think if you haven't seen Beetlejuice, the statute of limitations is up. This is over almost 30 years old, so... Mark, first time, Beetlejuice. Wait, let's warm the people up. You like Tim Burton, right? Especially from this era.
I love
You like
Tim
his
Burton,
movies?
Yeah. It's weird. It's, you know what it is? It's like, I think I've seen Edward Scissorhands. I've seen, what's the one he did with the black and white ones that I can't remember?
Ed Wood. Talk about Ed Wood.
Ed Wood. Okay, yeah. So
Great movie.
I'm pretty much all of Tim Burton's movies I've loved, but for some reason it's like, I never got to watch this one. And it's mainly because, as most people know, I have a super conservative upbringing, so this was considered like made by demons.
Yes, that's what I wanted to ask you.
Tim Burton. They
was
always
this like,
thought Tim Burton was like the devil.
But because this is a movie that's predominantly about the afterlife and ghosts and demonic spirits, do you think is that the chief reason they were like, fuck no, you're not watching this?
They probably thought, I mean, you know what the thing is? Not to crap on conservative Christian families, but they have a really skewed perspective on what pop
It's okay, they don't
is.
listen to this show, so it's like...
Okay,
it's
good.
fine.
Fuck them. Anyway, so it's sort of like they were under the impression that this was like, it's fucking demonic. And then, like, you know, I would go to these camps and it would be like, the dangers of rock and roll. And it's, who do they use? I swear to God, who do they use as the prime examples? It's fucking AC/DC and Meatloaf.
And Meatloaf.
They're in league with Satan and Meatloaf.
Because Meatloaf had
Bad Out of Hell.
Bad Out of Hell. That's right. I would have thought they would have gone for Kiss. Wasn't Kiss the Knights
No,
in,
they were
Satan's
also
service?
they were also super evil.
They did an episode of Scooby-Doo. They're demonic.
Yeah, and also, you know, the one, Gwar, super
Dude,
evil.
Gwar rules.
Summoning space demons. But you know what the funny thing is? Like, you listen to this stuff as an adult, and you're like, Penguin Attack was satanic?
Yeah, how?
And
Yeah,
this movie is like-
exactly.
This movie I was totally expecting... Yeah. So I was expecting, like, demons to be coming out and, like, butt-raping people, but, you know, it was really tame. And it's basically... Aside from the few
Mark,
F-bombs that he dropped.
that's the sequel. That's Beetlejuice Beetlejuice is where the demonic butt rape happens. It doesn't happen this week. It's going to happen next week. So get warmed up for that.
Oh, okay, I'll say, well, take my mom to that one. But you know the funny thing is, it's like, my mom refuses to watch Edward Scissorhands, and I'm like, Mom, you know what? This is actually a really sweet,
yeah,
and
that's
good,
like the most sweet
movie.
fairy tale-esque one I can think of. Why wouldn't she want to watch that?
Well, the thing is, I'm telling you, like, in the conservative
he dresses like he went to
world,
Hot Topic.
Tim,
that's why.
Just if you think of, yeah, pretty much it. It's like, oh no, they're wearing all black. That means they're of the devil. So it's kind of like you can win. But if Edward Scissorhands looks like some, like, you know, he's got his stupid polo shirt and he had like nice scissor hands.
If Edward Scissorhands shopped at Old Navy and not Hot Topic, your mom would totally be down with Edward Scissorhands. Yeah.
I don't know, it's such an odd thing to grow up in that lifestyle.
Just put Edward Scissorhands in like some J. Crew fucking shirts.
Gap
shit, Gap pants
was that
or whatever.
American Eagle or whatever.
Crap. Oh, American Eagle's definitely for the that's for the guys who like to, you know, slip roofies into drinks, I think. Wasn't American Eagle the store?
I always Abercrombie and Fitch. Edward Scissorhands.
I remember there was a store in the mall where there were always guys outside with no shirts on. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Is that Abercrombie? Abercrombie.
Yes.
Producer in the booth is saying it's Abercrombie. I thought it was American Eagle.
No, I think that was more clothes.
No, they were bottomless.
These were the unclothes. Also satanic, according to my family.
Oh yes, because nudity is also
the devil.
Nudity is also satanic.
Those satanic abs.
All right, so Mark expected a demonic freak fest. Mark, what did you get when you actually sat down to watch Beetlejuice?
I thought this was going to be like Event Horizon in a house, but it was
yeah, dude. Did you think it was going to be like
sweet
Gore by way of The Exorcist, by way of like fucking Coffin Joe? I'm trying to think of all the gnarliest shit, Anthropophagus, like the craziest movies ever. And then what he winds up getting is a fucking comedy that's like.
Yeah, it's actually, the thing is, it's actually, most of Tim Burton movies I found, they have like a lot of heart and soul, and they're very sweet movies.
Yeah.
And
this one is sweet too. Yeah.
No, get you in the heartstrings. This one was great. I honestly, but to be honest, I didn't realize it was like, at least from a Michael Keaton perspective, I didn't realize that they would drop F-bombs. And I always thought this was kind of like a PG-13 movie, and it was like, it's pretty...
Listen, Mark, it more like the 80s were the Wild West for ratings, Mark. We could get away with showing, I think it's I want to say it might be PG-13, but we can get away with a couple fucks. We can get away with like maybe a nip slip here and there. There's no nip in this movie. But
no, there's not.
You can get away. It's the Wild West. So you can get away with some shit, right? When he honks his dick and he goes, "Nice fucking model." That's what I wanted to say in our live drawing class in freshman year of Pratt. I wanted to go, hey, and we go, here's the model. I go, honk, nice fucking model. But then I thought I'd get in trouble, so I didn't do it.
I wish you did.
Then you have to sit there for 6 hours with this naked person while you pretend to draw them.
Dude, the one thing I remember is just like sitting next to you drawing, and it was just fucking hilarious. Oh my god.
Mark would draw,
was just so flustered.
Mark would draw these technically amazing, true to life, photoreal sketches, beautiful line work, the edge of a bosom, and mine was like a stick figure with 2 giant boobies. And I would be in and I was trying.
No, you know what's crazy though? In my closet, I have some of your drawings. I saved some of your sketches because they're awesome.
You're like, one day I'll sell these as smut. This smut will pay for my ticket to Beetlejuice. Mark, so you liked the movie, right?
Yeah, it was super fun. It was nothing I expected it to be. It almost had like, I would say it has this, what I thought was cool about it. It was because it's like, it deals with a lot in the afterlife world as well as the real world. It had almost like a Brazil vibe when you got to like this bureaucratic afterlife, which I thought was cool. Very neat. I to be honest, until you told me that this was 88, I honestly thought this movie was like early 90s, and just because how technically it looks really good. It looks way more contemporary than some. I've watched a couple 80s movies of recent, and my brother and I would be like, you know what's crazy? Don't these 80s movies look so 70s and old? And this was one of the first 80s, and yes, it is later 80s, but it was the first 80s movie where I was like, this is aged extremely well to a degree where it does not feel like it was in that era.
Yes.
In fact, it stands out as looking much more polished than some of these other movies.
And I think that a lot of that has to do with the crazy fucking set design and lighting design in this movie. They knocked it out of the fucking park. Like, it feels removed. It truly feels removed from reality. I remember... So, like I said in the open, I've seen this movie. I've probably seen this movie like 50 times, dude. It's one of those movies I've seen. I've seen it like I'm going to tell you, like I kind of tune out here and there because I've just seen it so much. I know the movie. Literally, I was just on vacation.
Movie?
It could be. Literally, I was just on vacation like a couple months ago when Jess and I went to Carmel. And one of the movies we wound up watching in the hotel room was Beetlejuice. Because the movie's always on cable. It's always on cable. You can always... Since 1988, it has had a long history of always being on cable. And we watched it because it's just kind of like... It's as natural to us as air or water. Like, yeah, Beetlejuice is just kind of on. And we don't have to watch the scenes. We could be in the other room brushing our teeth and we know exactly the moment, exactly the line. We can picture it. I love this movie, man. Is it my favorite Tim Burton? Probably not, but it's up there. I would put it in my top 3. Maybe that's a good question for you. Where's this sit in your favorites of Tim? Because I would tell you, I think my top 3 go like this: Batman 89, I think, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, of course.
And then I'm going to shock you, dude. I think I would go Ed Wood. Then I would go Beetlejuice. And then I'm going to throw one more in. Because I love this movie, and people fucking hate it, and I'm tired.
Fish.
No, well, I actually do like Big Fish a lot. But it's Mars Attacks. I fucking love Mars Attacks.
Oh, yes. That is one of my favorite comedies.
It's fucking
ever.
great. Listen,
Actually,
the CG doesn't hold up. It looks super cartoony, but I kind of think that adds to it now. So I love it.
No, I think it's kind of supposed to be schlocky, and
yes.
I saw it maybe I saw it maybe like a year and a half ago, and to me it stood up, and I agree with you. It's nice when it has that kind of like tacky look to it because it's trying to copy those like pulp novels. But going back to your original question, it is actually. That's a super tough question because he has so many good movies. It's hard to place them.
Yeah.
But I would say, in terms of just feeling, I love Edward Scissorhands. So that's number one.
Great movie.
Ed Wood is number two. Batman is three. Batman Returns is probably four.
Oof, yep.
And I think I might put, I think it'll hit the top five. Beetlejuice will be in there just because it just stands out above all these like other movies I've been watching from that era, and I think it should account for something. He's like way ahead of his time. I like seeing what I like about it is I like when movies are movies and it's like here's a new universe that you're invited to be in. I don't like it when it's just like it's another contemporary movie and we just have these actors in them.
Everything
this one was like
is
even
super unique.
Tools, yeah, even like that digging tool for the house was those weird claws.
What's I was going to say, like
seated in reality.
Even the real world, quote unquote, in the movie feels like a fantastical Tim Burton world. So then when you get to the fantastical underworld, it fucking takes your breath away because of how different and unique it is. Like I also think about too, there are actually a lot of ghost comedies. I was thinking about this when we picked this to review. I was like, oh, you got your Ghostbusters, you got your High Spirits, Neil Jordan, you got your fucking The Frighteners, Peter Jackson, right? You've got funny ghost movies, right? But this one stands out because I think it does both things well. I think each of those movies you could argue kind of does one or the other, right? I think Frighteners does scares a little better than it does comedy, right? This, it does both well. It's like, here's this kind of crazy fucked up world. And it's kind of helped by the fact that, like, it's not trying to be a scary movie, but some of the ideas are very frightening, and some of the way that they're portrayed is kind of frightening. But then it doubles down on comedy, and it does both. And it's just like, I think that's why it's endured, man, because it's so fucking weird and unique, and I mean that in a good way. Like, there's no other movie. Like, I kept trying to think about that. I was like, well, what's a movie I could compare this to for Mark when I was like, oh, you got to watch it. And I couldn't come up with another movie that's like Beetlejuice. There's no other movie that's like it.
I think that's why in my list it's definitely top five just because of how unique it is. And then you start to like, when I was watching it, you think of it in terms of other movies, its influence, like Coraline. You can see how they a lot of the aesthetics are like basically taken directly from this movie. And I would say if you were to sum it up, I don't even think you can categorize it because it fits into so many genres nicely and neatly because it is like a nice slice of each genre combined. It's just a fun movie. There's no other word to put into it there.
Dude, I'm so glad you liked it because I wasn't sure because I know sometimes when it comes to like spooky kind of things, you don't love the inclusion of comedy so much. Like for Mark, I feel like it's got to be infused. The balance has to be just right. So like, I think it's a testament to the quality of this movie that you really liked it. Cause I was kind of ready for you to be like, this is a bit much for me. So I'm shocked, dude. I'm shocked.
I think when it started, it wasn't anything I expected. And initially I was like, oh man, what is this? I was like expecting this, like, you expect Beetlejuice to be like, there from the onset. He doesn't really appear until like maybe 30-40 minutes later, and then he starts to become more prominent as the movie progresses.
But if you add up his screen
time, insane.
I think his screen time's only like 15 minutes. It's fucking crazy how little he is in the movie.
He did another Silence of the Lambs where it's just like the guy that's in it the least stands out the most, and it's just because he's also. It's crazy how different he is, and it's kind of funny to think that, like you said, this was before Batman. It's crazy to me to think that he went from this like zany, goofy version of Michael Keaton that like you don't see in any other movie, and then next he's in this like way more serious role as Batman, and he pulls it off, by the way.
Yeah, he does both great.
Of these. He's awesome. Yeah. I didn't realize he was that good in like a comedic role. His timing, the way, I'm wondering if he improvised a lot of stuff, but some of the things he says and does is, it's just like you can tell, it almost feels like he's had that comedic background as someone like a Steve Martin. It doesn't feel unnatural to him. It feels like he is naturally a comedic person, and it shines in this movie.
In the early 80s, he did a lot of comedies. Like he was in Night Shift, Mr. Mom, Johnny Dangerously. These were like all big comedies that he was in. And not all of them are great.
I'm not familiar with those.
But yeah, like he started out as a comedic actor, like basically like an Owen Wilson. He was like a comedic actor, and his whole thing was that he was edgy and a little weird, and you didn't really know. So that kind of made him perfect, if you think about it, as the entry point for Tim Burton, because they were like, this guy's funny, but he's a little odd. And it's like, oh, well, fucking put him with Mr. Hot Topic over here.
Yeah.
But it's a match made in heaven, because he turns out in Beetlejuice, like, I will say this, you know me, I'm one of these people that it's hard for me to lose sight of an actor and character. When I see Batman, I see Michael Keaton. And I say that in a good way. I can sense him beneath the mask, and I see him obviously as Bruce Wayne. When he's in Beetlejuice does not, there's no Michael Keaton there, dude. Beetlejuice is a fucking real person to me. He's a character. I can't tell it's Michael Keaton. I look at that motherfucker, I hear him talk, I see him moving in a scene, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. It's fucking crazy.
Thing too, is like, the makeup is so good and blended so well, and then he has that like that kind of overbite too.
Yes.
So it's like his facial features are all fucked up, and he's got the crazy frizzy hair. And I don't know, you're right. It doesn't. You kind of disconnect from Michael Keaton. You're like, this is just a really fucking weird character. But
have you ever seen Multiplicity, the movie where he is cloned?
I believe I did. I actually saw that recently, and I remember it was fun. I liked it.
So I do too. I like that movie too. Do you remember the second clone he makes, the like tough guy clone that does all the like super manly duties around the house? Like if something breaks, he repairs it. He has a construction job. There's like 3 Michael Keaton clones. There's like the super responsible one who's like kind of effeminate, and they play him kind of gay. There's the super tough guy one who does all the macho shit. He like works outside. And then there's the one that's a little slow, right? Because he's like the copy of the copy. The tough guy, if you listen to him, sometimes he slips into the Beetlejuice voice a little bit. Because he's doing the like, hey, macho, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, and it sounds just like fucking Beetlejuice. And that's the only time I can look at that guy and be like, oh, that's Beetlejuice, right? But if I see him in Beetlejuice, even in the new movie, dude, in the trailers, I'm like, that's not Michael Keaton. I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't know who that is. It's
guy.
Cool when
you see an actor that can do that, or they just transform into something else.
Yes, totally.
And you just completely believe it. You're like, okay, I don't see any resemblance to the actor. He's just his own character.
Because I think there are so few of those, dude. Like, Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund, I think, is one where, like, I don't see past the makeup. I'm that's a real person. Fucking Willem Dafoe in Shadow of the Vampire, I'm like, that's Nosferatu. I don't see Willem Dafoe, right? I'm not even joking. And I think Beetlejuice would be in that list. I don't see a person there, dude. He's a fucking...
That's actually pretty
bioexorcist.
Impressive. Because even in Silence of the Lambs, you're still like, it's Anthony
That's Anthony Hopkins. Yes, totally.
But in this one, it's just like, this is just some other weird, crazy dude.
Yes.
And also, like, he just pops out of nowhere, and it's almost like he's like this whirlwind character that just appears. He's like this like an embodiment of chaos. I don't know.
Yes.
It's really,
he jolts the movie
really
awake whenever he's there. Yeah. But the movie's no slouch when he's gone either. Like, it's such a clever idea. Like, yes, Matt, obviously, movie that has endured for 30 years is very clever. I know but I'm just pointing it out. I think it's ingenious as a plot device to say, our plot is not going to be about people trying to get ghosts out. It's about ghosts trying to get people out. Like, it's such a clever reversal.
That is cool, yeah.
Right? When you're with the Maitlands, when you're with Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin in their day. And, like, they're such a sweet couple right away. You kind of, like, already root for them. And it's great. Like, they're the dorks who would try to fucking, you know what I mean? Like, they would drink juice smoothies and shit and fucking try to, like, you know, they jog the bridge together, right? That covered bridge, right? And, like, Yeah, if they died, they would approach death the same way they approached life. Like, hey, you know what we should try? We should try and scare these people. But, like, they're not even fucking good at it because they've got no imagination, right? And that's where Beetlejuice
I do also like it's like they finally got their own house and they're like building in the way they want. And then they finally die. And it's like they also have to watch these new people move in and basically tear down everything they've built up. And they're just like, these fucking people.
With their horrible fucking modern art tastes. They're fucking those horrible sculptures, dude. The fucking Otho, the interior decorator. I love that guy. That's Glenn Shadix. He's a fucking amazing character actor. Rest in peace.
Oh, he's dead?
He died. He died a little while ago. That guy's fucking great. But I also love
our favorite character actors in it.
Oh yeah, our buddy who we can't mention from Howard the Duck, but you know who he is. You know what I heard? In the new movie, he's not in it. His character died.
Gee,
that's what brings them all together. I was like, yeah, exactly. I know why you chose that one.
Tim Burton had like an easy choice when he's writing, and he's like, just kill this guy. He
was like, that guy sucks. I can't cast him. Alec Baldwin shot someone. I can't cast him again.
Yeah, I know.
But he's like, I can't have Gina Davis alone. That would be sad because it'll make you think that she lost her ghost husband, so she's not in it either.
Dude, you know what's crazy, by the way? I know I'm not trying to fat shame anyone, but dude, Alec Baldwin looks so different. Talk about a transformation from murderer Alec Baldwin to like wholesome Alec Baldwin.
Fat with the violence of a murder. Allegedly. We should say allegedly. When he was a young, innocent man.
It's weird to see him as like he's this everyday guy. You know?
He's just like a cool, like, they don't have kids, but he's basically the equivalent of a cool dad. He's just like a nice guy, kind of oafish, kind of silly, but like, you like him. He's fucking great. I think this might be the most likable Alec Baldwin has ever been in a movie. I think it might be his one friendly part. Because every other role, he's Alec Baldwin.
Terrify people. Yeah, even when he's trying to terrify people, he's still like, kind of like, friendly and you hang
even
out
when you get
like,
those,
that guy's pretty fun.
Those great makeups where they like try to distort their faces and he pulls his face inside out. He's still charming. It still works.
By the way, the one thing I loved about that makeup is they kept it on, but even though they didn't have to, underneath that overhang, you can still see his jaw moving.
Yes.
And you know how we were impressed with Howard the Duck? I was like, wow, some of these like, makeup appliances with animatronics look fucking dope.
Yeah,
it's like, why are we not doing those more? And then you see like some Marvel characters where they're just like they're like supplemented with CG and they just look so like unreal.
You could do a comparison with the Howard the Duck from the movie and the Howard the Duck we see in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. That CG one is a farce compared to the real Howard the Duck. It's fucking crazy how low we've sank. It's crazy.
No, but you know what's sad about that? It's like, if you think about all this animatronics technology back in the day, like Jurassic Park and how amazing it looked, it's like, what the fuck if those studios were still doing that and those effects houses were still around, like, I wonder what they would look like now. Like, can you imagine how amazing the detail would be? And they just don't do it.
We'll never know, because also dead was Stan Winston's studio. The people who made physical practical effects, those poor bastards are out of a job too. Dude, there's even stop motion in this movie that looks incredible. When he turns into the snake, the Beetlejuice snake, to terrify the family, that shit looks so good. I also love, that might be my favorite sequence of the movie, is the way that unfolds, where like she's running her hand along the banister and then you see it kind of gently turn into snake skin. And you're like, what the fuck is that? Because at first you think, oh, she's tacky. She has all this weird shit in her house anyway, right? Maybe that's what the banisters look like. And then you turn and see the silhouette kind of like doing the rattlesnake thing, and then you reveal that giant head on the snake, the puppet. It looks so good, man.
Oh, yeah, and the other it kind of gave me those, those vibes when in Conan the Barbarian when Thulsa Doom's transforming into the snake. But it's just cut together so well that it makes it really believable. And you're right, there's so many instances in this movie where some of the stop motion is kind of designed to be a bit on the cartoony side, but there are a lot of like little simple supplemental stop motion that they use. Like one was the door transformed into that more angular, like caricaturish
it
door.
Looked like
it's like this quick.
It looked like the M
up.
from MTV.
Yeah, but it's like it's like such a cool, neat way to do it, and it like because it is physical, even though as exaggerated as this world is, you still believe it just because of everything like the actors can touch and interact with.
Yes.
And it just looks beautiful. It's really colorful. I love the color palette in this movie. There's like, you have the underworld color palette and it's like really gritty, and then you have like the real, it's very bright. The greens are very saturated.
Yes.
That house is like right on top of the hill and it's like this bright white. Oh, it's like it like makes you want to be there almost.
Yes, dude. Could you I could live in this movie. Either one. I could live in the town or I could live in the underworld. Like, both look beautiful to me. The only room I don't want to set foot in is that's the Lost Souls room, where the people are like, and they're like floating up. I'm like,
dude, that was legitimately terrifying.
Yes.
It's also that concept when because they also say it's like this. That's basically where the ghosts die. And it's like, oh shit, they can die too?
Yes. Also,
it's like a really creepy,
some of the effects
dark
appliances, like Juno, the caseworker who has a hole in her throat from smoking, like that's how she died, and you could see the hole, and she puts the cigarette in it to puff. That's a fucking amazing effect. The other effect, when he's in the waiting room, the guy that always grosses me the fuck out is the guy who choked on the chicken bone, because you can see it cartoonishly poking horizontally in his neck, jutting out.
Dude, that kind of made me laugh.
Yeah, that guy makes me laugh.
To swallow a bone in that direction and for it to lodge like that.
It's so good.
It's just like a funny joke without even having any words. Also, the other thing that was funny too was like, just like, I know it's like, it's a really dark joke, but all those like football and those like sports teams that they always die in plane crashes.
Coach, what are we going to do? I don't think we made it to the game.
Dude,
I like
that is so dark.
It's so good.
It's still funny.
Dude, you know what's dark is the fucking guy who's also in the waiting room that's burnt to a crisp. He's like, hey, how you doing? The guy that looks like a pile
he's
of
just
ash.
like on the other side. Yeah.
That guy.
And the other one that was creepy, the dude that hung himself, and he's just like, but he's got papers in his hand, and they just
the guy who's really flat.
Down.
And he's like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I've been feeling a little flat.
Oh,
that
the guy that got run over by the car?
Yes.
He's got the tire treads across his
Yeah. That guy always grossed me out as a kid. He still grosses me out. The flat man. It's so fucking weird.
But that effect of him going through and then it turns to the side and he goes through that slot was really well done.
They slide him through like a fucking piece of paper. It's so wonderfully realized, man. And that's what I love, too, is like the simple idea of like, okay, we have all these cool underworldly ideas. Let's turn also those into gags and jokes, right? We have the flat guy who has the line where he's like, I'm feeling a little flat. But you can also do the physical gag of him sliding through the crack. It's awesome. It's all kinds of jokes, man. Spoken, verbal, physical, sight gags. It's like, it's a fucking treasure trove of shit, man.
It's also very, like, has a bit of this slight slapstick feel to it, which I always enjoy.
Oh, 100%, dude. Especially when his, like, the shit that I always think of, slapstick is a great word for it. And also when it's in horror, although it's not technically this, but when it's in horror, I learned a new phrase that I love a year ago. It's splatstick. So if you're watching like Reanimator or Dead Alive, Peter Jackson, like these movies that are super gross, Evil Dead 2 kind of counts, but they're also funny, they call it splatstick, which I actually think is kind of amazing. This one isn't as gory enough, I think, to constitute a splatstick, but I'm going to stick it there because it works.
I was actually surprised at how unviolent it was, because when you read and see things about it as a kid, you kind of picture it being a little more extreme, and it's really tame. It's like it's the perfect level of violence that you would want in a fun movie. You don't want it to be over the top and like disgusting, but when he pulls off his head and some other stuff, it's gory enough, but it's not gory to a degree where you're like,
The only violent thing I can think of is the sandworm. Anything with the sandworm, when it crashes through, when it eats them, when they're riding it, like that's really it. The rest of the bits are more played for I know. It's because I'm drinking. I'm having a ginger ale and Tito's vodka.
Oh shit, you're back to the booze? Cheers,
back
buddy.
to the booze. Cheers, brother.
Yeah.
I can finally have booze.
Dude, you know what? And just in time for HHN.
For HHN.
Have those cocktails. Dude, those cocktails are so goddamn good.
I can't wait. I'm ready, man. I'm fucking ready. There's a Ghostbusters Frozen Empire cocktail that looks like a frozen drink with a marshmallow top on it. It looks so fucking awesome. Yeah, I want that thing.
All right. First,
here's the other thing. I've heard, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that the new movie is also trying to stay away from CG as much as possible and embracing the physical effects side, just like the original did. And I have a friend, I'm not going to name him. I have a friend who's actually seen the movie. He saw the movie a couple months ago because he's been working on marketing for it. And he confirmed it for me on text. He was like, yes, the movie is majority physical effects. Like, it's either stop-mo or, like, physical effects appliances. There's rubber stuff. He's like, you're going to love it. So, I'm very excited about it.
Awesome. By the way, does the new one have a pretty big budget? Like, it's been that's a long-ass time to do
I think it has a big budget. Dude, wait, this is going to blow your mind. So, I was doing a little research for this episode. The budget for Beetlejuice, 1988, Mark. The budget for Beetlejuice, Mark's eyes are going to pop out of his head. $15 million. 1-5.
Holy shit.
Supposedly, their VFX budget, $1 million. They did all this for $1 million.
That's it?
This is a full special effects movie. Everything is special effects.
Like, every shot is an effects shot.
Yes. $1 million. They made it for
insane.
$15 million, dude. That's it.
Wait, how the fuck did they do that? That's
I don't know.
crazy.
I don't know.
Some of those sets are freaking massive, too.
I'd have to think.
Plus all the time for doing, like, stop motion as well.
The stop-mo, all the physical sets, all the sets that have to be built, all the physical makeup applications, all the big effects and opticals, all of your stop motion. It's fucking crazy, dude. For $15 million.
To be honest, though, but think about how smart they were doing it, because a lot of it has to do with the miniature town that he's building.
Yes.
So when they do go into the miniature set, they can still use miniatures for effects, and it's believable. Like when he's driving the pickup truck to crash.
I love that. Yeah,
it's
I love
just
that.
like it's basically a toy car that they push on this overhead. So it's really and it looks great because it fits into that realm. So a really smart way of doing things, and I guess it makes sense now, because if you had that little, I mean, like $1 million is nothing for effects, especially when you have a movie that is like, how long is this movie? And every shot is an
every
effect
shot is basically an effect shot. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude.
I honestly thought it would be like at least 20 million plus for the budget, 20, 30.
No.
But
1988,
15
$15 million. They treated them, Warner Brothers treated this movie like the fucking redheaded stepchild. They were like, we don't know what you're doing with your perverted ghost movie. Here's $15 million. Get out of here.
Did this movie...
Look what they got.
But was this movie like, is it one of those struggle to make stories, or was it?
No. Apparently, like, once they got going, it was all good. It even made money out of the gate. It was a hit. It wasn't like a cult movie that got discovered later. It has cult status, but it started life as a hit movie. So
wow, that's pretty cool, actually.
Kind of an interesting road for a cult movie. Doesn't happen often, but it happened here.
And crazy that the sequel is how many years later? Like
26?
Almost...
26.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, 26 years later, dude. Isn't that fucking nuts? Wait, so besides Michael Keaton, who obviously is amazing, were there any other members of the cast that blew you away with their performance? Was there anybody that stood out to you?
I mean, I think I liked all of them, and I'm trying to think. I mean, I think they're balanced really well, so I enjoyed the whole cast, and maybe it sounds like I should probably pull up some of their names so I know who they are.
I think my favorite person is Otho. I love Glenn Shadix. I just think that guy is so unique and weird. That's another Tim Burton find of the century, is that fucking guy. Like, where the fuck did that guy come from? Great. He's also the guy, you recognize Otho.
Styled him, did a great job too.
Yeah, Otho is from Demolition Man. He was Cochrane's assistant.
Right.
Be well, be fucked.
Be fucked.
I find you one credit of the verbal morality statute.
Actually, you got that toned down perfectly. Oh, that was it. Catherine O'Hara. She's really
She's
good.
great. God,
As
she's great.
The artist mom. She's super funny. Winona Ryder's great.
I was going to ask you what you thought of Winona, especially too because you're a big Edward Scissorhands fan. Seeing her in this.
Her early stuff, she's awesome. I don't know what happened to her where she just kind of got a bit weird.
I love her. This is the era, too, of her and Heathers. Have you ever seen Heathers?
No, but that's one of the movies that's
movie.
been on my watch list for a long time.
Great movie. Another good cult, gothy, weird movie for very different reasons, but definitely one you should check out, dude, for sure.
Okay, shit. I might have to bump that up on my watch list.
Mark, were there any big scenes that you came away with where you're like, I loved it, this is my favorite scene in the movie?
I mean, it's well, like I said, this is my first time watching it, so I feel as though I have to watch it a few more times so I can really pinpoint specific scenes. I did like that dining room scene where all those snakes came out of the bowls.
Oh, yes, the like hands dope. Made out of the shrimp cocktail. Yeah, you can actually buy a replica of that at Spirit Halloween right now. They have like a hand with the shrimp cocktail hand poking out of a bowl, and you can put that on your fucking table if you want. Yeah, I actually just saw it when I went.
I actually did like some of the scenes where it got all Cemetery Man, and it's sort of like the house is this thing floating in some other universe. I love that stuff, and then like the basement has the sandworms. Obviously, that was really cool to see. I really enjoyed all the bureaucratic moments of the behind the scenes of Being Dead when they have to go to that one lady and, ask her how things are done and people, and also the waiting room. There's so many really cool moments in this movie, and it's such a unique way to like describe the afterlife. It's not like that traditional thing. I like that it's almost like the afterlife is just hell, a bureaucratic hell.
It's a bureaucratic hellscape. Yeah. Hell, yeah. The afterlife is the DMV, basically. That's what it is.
Okay, so I think this question's actually better for you then. Like, what to you are your favorite scenes since you've seen it so many times?
Oh, man.
Which ones still stand out for you?
The things that still stand out to me are the waiting room, him turning into the snake, and more than anything, I know the big famous bit. Everybody quotes, it's showtime, right? But to me, the biggest, craziest thing that always sticks out to me, no matter how many times I've seen it, it's the way that the Maitlands look when they raise them up in the seance and they start to age, and then she's like, "What's wrong with them?" And his like fucking jaw falls off. That shit has haunted me since I was a kid. Even now, I still find it disturbing, although I kind of get balanced out, like when Gina Davis is kind of okay and she's like, Beetlejuice, and he throws the zipper and she's got to unzip and talk through the zipper and say, Beetlejuice. Like,
that effect looked dope, though, because
awesome.
She actually unzips it. Oh, by the way, going back to what you were saying about his jaw falling off, it was also really cool when it's first revealed they hold each other's hand and the one hand just starts to crack and crumble. And you're like, oh, shit.
It's fucking horrifying, dude. That shit is horrifying.
I think that's the one moment where you do feel like something bad could happen to the two of them.
Yeah, that's where you're truly worried for the Maitlands. But I think those are the big scenes. I mean, I like all the classic stuff. I like Lydia dancing around to Harry Belafonte. I think that stuff's great. There's a reason I think that stuff is iconic. But like those weird little moments, the Lost Souls room, the Maitlands aging and his jaw falling off. That's the shit, for whatever reason, that's like the first shit I think of when somebody's like, oh yeah, you go to decide about Beetlejuice? I think of that weird fucking shit. Like, Winona Ryder dancing around is like 10th on my list of things that I think of when I think of Beetlejuice. But yeah, I love this movie, man. I mean, I think it's a classic for a reason. It's one of the best Tim Burton movies I think it's one of the best movies that guy's ever made and probably will ever make. And I'm excited to see the sequel, man. I'm going in with reserved hopes because we've seen this before. We've had Anchorman 2, Dumb and Dumber 2, Super Troopers 2. We've had big comedy sequels to movies that were gigantic hits that have become cult classics. Like, I'm a little scared because I feel like that curse, it's hard to break that curse. But I think the trailer for this new one looks really cool. And I'm also psyched some of the new people they've brought in, like Willem Dafoe is randomly in it, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually excited for some of the new cast members.
And I'm excited, too, just to be a fucking jerk. I'm going to a fan event. I'm going to an early access event, so I'm actually seeing it the day after tomorrow. I'm going.
Shit.
Yeah, me and the producer in the booth are going to get to see Beetlejuice early. So I'll actually be seeing the movie way early, and depending, I might actually see it again before our review. But yeah, I'm going day after tomorrow. And I should tell you, this is a good time to announce it. We're going to have a guest for Beetlejuice, Mark. Returning to the pod, Dasein, the artist known as Dasein. It felt like a good time to bring him back so that we could apologize for canceling the Patreon.
I'm so sorry for Call Angry Ben.
So, yeah, we're going to talk about Beetlejuice with Dasein next week. Be here.
That'll be super fun, actually. It'll be nice to hear his take on a new movie like that.
It'll be fun to hear his take on a super silly movie, because that's also the fun, I think, of something like Beetlejuice. At its heart, it's a silly movie. And Dasein, we know, is a guy who likes very serious movies, so it'll be super interesting, I think, to hear his take on what this is.
I thought this was Tar too. That'd be fun if you just put that on the invite. He's like, hey.
Yeah, I tricked him.
But I mean, okay, Psych! So there's one thing actually that I did appreciate about this movie, as zany as it is. Like, what I love about Tim Burton is he'll always put in, like, I wouldn't call it necessarily a heavy topic, but like a very human topic where she's so unsatisfied with her life that she's like, I wish I was dead so I could be with you two. Because they're, to a degree, the two of them are like her de facto parents, because her other ones are so far removed with their careers that this ghost couple is essentially her family. So I think it does. The good thing about Tim Burton is he'll always throw those things into his movies, so they're actually very humanized. So I can honestly see, like, Dasein enjoying stuff like that, though.
Dude, that's actually a really good point, dude. You made me... You know what? It's kind of crazy. I know you love... I love hearing that you love Edward Scissorhands. I would not have pegged you to love Edward Scissorhands. That's actually one I think I've seen the least. I think I've maybe seen it twice. I don't remember it very well. I mean, I know, you know, he's landed in pop culture, but... I think I know Edward Scissorhands more from the jokes on, like, The Simpsons and The Critic and shit like that than I do from his movie. So now you're kind of making me want to go back and rewatch that. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
That movie always gets me in the feels. It's like a really, especially Vincent Price, and I don't know, I love that movie. It's
been in the news. It's been in the news lately because Tom Cruise.
Oh, really?
Because Tim Burton is in the news because of Beetlejuice, and they were talking to Tom Cruise, and they were like, "It was revealed before Johnny Depp was cast. It was to be Tom Cruise as Edward Scissorhands," which is true. And the reason he's not in the movie is because it was revealed that Tom Cruise had all these questions for Tim Burton, like, that he couldn't answer. Like, he was like, how does he use the bathroom? What? No, I'm not kidding. That's the one that always comes up. He's like, how would I use the bathroom? Why am I like this? And Tim Burton's just like, because it's a made-up thing. I want you to just act like this guy. And Tom Cruise couldn't wrap his head around it. Yes, and he couldn't and because he couldn't answer the questions, Tom Cruise backed out. And we got Johnny Depp, which actually wound up working out for everybody, I think.
What if Tom Cruise did it, and he did it as, like, a method actor and chopped his own dick off?
Who?
Wasn't it Gary Oldman?
Wasn't it Gary Coleman?
Oldman!
Oh, Gary Coleman would have been funny, dude, if it was Gary Coleman. Dude, could that be Gary Coleman?
No, wasn't it Gary Oldman?
Instead of Edward Scissorhands, he's got the little kid scissors for hands.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm talking about? Dude, that would be awesome. No, it was not Gary Oldman.
Oh, was it a different role that he did?
I think so, but Tom Cruise was the original Edward Scissorhands.
No shit.
And because Tim Burton could not answer how he would use the bathroom and other questions that Tom Cruise had, apparently Tom Cruise has many questions for his directors. If they cannot answer them, he leaves. So,
dang.
Diva.
You know, Tim Burton's like, look, because I'm Tim Burton, I don't know, because it's fantastical. I don't know, because I said so. Because I'm your boss.
There are certain directors where you should just go into it. Like,
just go with it.
David Lynch is kind of like, you're not. Why would you bug him?
Yeah, you couldn't ask that guy anything.
To do this? And it's like, it's fucking weird.
Dude, have you seen that footage of him where he's like, where a producer comes up to him on Twin Peaks: The Return, and they're like, hey, this scene's running a little long. He's like, who cares how long a fucking scene is? You know what I'm talking about? Wait, let's see if I can find that.
In the comments section, when I saw that, everyone was shitting on David Lynch. And I was just like, this guy's a fucking artist. Leave him alone.
All right, here we go.
Don't interrupt his shit.
Yeah, don't interrupt David Lynch, you psychos. Mark, let's watch this clip.
Cut the time down.
I love
What is this with everybody?
No.
What is it? Really?
me. It's
Why?
my fault.
I'm serious. Fucking A, man. It drives me nuts. Who gives a fucking shit how long a scene is? Okay. Now let's see here.
If you want to cut the time down.
Who gives a fucking shit?
Holy crap, that's funny. You know what's the best part about that? He's complaining about it, and then it's been clipped into this really short form media on a phone, which is his nightmare.
Wait. I want to see too if there's like a Tom Cruise video, but I don't think there is. I think it's gonna be like long. It's gonna be like Entertainment Tonight. Like, it was revealed that Tom didn't like Tim's answers. So I'm not
or
gonna
it'll be like this like 2-hour YouTube video from some film nerd that's just like, I'm gonna get into why Tom Cruise didn't choose to work on Beetlejuice or Edward Scissorhands. I totally fucked that up.
But before we begin, it's the same thing we do at the top of this podcast. Click like and subscribe.
Yeah. Don't forget to ring the bell and like and subscribe for more content.
Next week, I'll be coming out with my expose on American Eagle Outfitters. Tune in then. I applied for a job there and couldn't get one.
I didn't have abs.
I didn't have any abs. They said, what hours are you available? And then how many abs do you have? And I couldn't answer the second question. So he doesn't get the job.
Abs do you have?
How many abs do you have? Mark, is that it for you for Beetlejuice? Feels like we're coming to the end of this thing.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's such a. I would just be repeating myself, but
Yeah.
I would just say, like, if to any conservatives out. Sorry, I have allergies. Let me just wipe my nose. I have not been doing cocaine.
So you're speaking strictly to Donald Trump and all Trump.
Which is just for all the Trumpers out there.
Just for the Trumpies.
This is not a satanic movie. It's very fun. Watch it. Meatloaf,
Listen,
also not satanic. And
I saw the Beetlejuice on the TV. I said his name 3 times. He never showed up. He's a fraud, okay? He's a loser. I said it. He didn't show. He lies. Fake news. I said Beetlejuice 3 times in the mirror. Nothing fake. Mark, you want to do some Rex, buddy?
Man. Yeah, let's do it, Boo. Wait,
You
didn't have anything else to say about this goddamn movie?
No, except that I think it's one of my top Tim Burton movies, and I love it. It's funny. I kind of not dreaded this episode because I was just excited to hear you talk about it. But it's hard to talk about movies, I think, in a meaningful way when they're this ingrained in your life. Does that make sense? It feels daunting because you're like,
you have
how the fuck am I going to review
it?
Terminator 2? How am I going to how am I going to say things that Roger Ebert has, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
just crazy shit. I'm like,
what?
I'm just going to tell you things you already know. Beetlejuice is fucking excellent.
The thing is, it's like there's so few bad things to say about it, and then you kind of have this thing of like, we're a movie podcast. We should be more critical. We should talk about more of the technical aspects in it. What makes it a good... But some movies are just like, it's just a fucking fun movie.
It's just
and
great,
there's not
yeah.
really much else you want to get into detail about. Like, why would you want to like do a deep dive into a movie that you're already having fun with? So you might as well just praise it for being fun and just tell people to watch it.
It's the equivalent of when somebody dissects a joke to tell you why it's funny, and it kills the joke. It kills the comedy. At the expense of killing Beetlejuice, we're just not going to dig in any deeper. That's it. We both loved it. Mark, I'm so happy you loved it, man.
Me too. I was pleasantly surprised after all the years of it getting bashed by idiots that never watched it.
Mark,
that's why you gotta watch stuff.
Have you finally told your mom that Beetlejuice is not the satanic movie that she thinks it is?
No, I have to. When she comes back from Singapore, I'll tell her. And then she'll have a heart attack.
I love that she
My
went
son
to...
is going to hell.
I love that she went to Alien Romulus, but Beetlejuice is a problem.
You know what's funny? So after Alien Romulus, by the way, the funny part of taking her to Alien Romulus is the guy that was checking the tickets. He's like, "Enjoy the gore fest," and I was already like, "Oh no!"
You were like, "Oh
So
no!"
At the end of it, I was like, "So, Mom, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?" She's like, 2.
2. Mark, she was so traumatized by Alien Romulus, she left the country.
Yeah. By the way, I also have to apologize to the actor that plays the last alien creature. I was like, this CG nightmare piece of shit, and it's a real human.
It's a real guy.
So I apologize to that guy. I totally didn't mean that.
There you
Anyway,
go, Mark.
It's way better now that I know it's a real person.
You're uncanceled, Mark.
No, thank you. Canceled.
Haven't heard that in a while. Mark, we lift your cancellation.
Oh, thank you.
Let's do it. Mark, I'm not going to do what I did last week where I accidentally Oscared you and cut you off with the theme song. Here we go, Mark. Are you ready for Get Wrecked?
I'm about to ask you a question. No, yeah.
I'm gonna wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck it! I'm gonna wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck it! Wreck it!
Well, I go on facts, not recommendations, but thank you.
And thank you. No, I'm kidding. I used to say that on our Patreon, but it's dead.
Wait, did you just do that out of habit?
I did it out of habit. It's just like I launched right into it. Mark, how many Recs do you have this week?
I think I got... Okay, hold on. I think I have to be a bit careful because I think some of them I may use for an upcoming episode.
Save those. Those. Well, I'll tell you this.
I have 3.
Oh, I have 3. This is perfect.
Oh, perfect.
This is perfect. So maybe what we'll do is let's just run through them. You want to start? What do you got, man? What do you got?
I could do it. Well, I saw finally on the big screen Spartacus. That was like one of the coolest experiences ever. The Paris theaters having this 70 millimeter Dolby Atmos big and loud series. So one of them was Spartacus. And even here's the thing is this movie is so good, even though I had I'm short, and everyone that goes to the Paris theater is it's in the rich neighborhood, so I guess they ate a lot of food when they were kids, whereas I didn't because I'm poor. So everyone there is like a 6'4" film nerd, and I was just peering my head through these goddamn tree ends trying to see section
this
of this
was the
fucking
the
70
subject
millimeter
of our text thread this weekend was Mark's terrible time at the Paris theater. So you had a terrible experience, but you still enjoyed seeing the movie.
Yeah, I mean the sound was great, and it's
so
just a phenomenal
They at least
movie.
were able to pay off the loud portion of big and loud.
Yeah, they got
Not
the loud
big.
part. They're fucking Paris theater. Your goddamn screen is too small for doing 70 millimeter showings. Stop it. Just the print had all these fucking lines through it. It's just give us a nice digital print, because the funny thing is they show you the ad for the series and it's probably been cut in 4K using digital elements.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks just glorious on there. And then you go there and it's the 70 minute, they keystoned it improperly, so the edges were slightly bent. And then I said, you have all these super tall people, and it's just raise the damn screen, because you're obviously too cheap to do stadium seating.
Give us
dumb
DCP.
Fuck.
Just give us a DCP. Dude, that's the big, and they're big and loud is the people. It's the giant people. That's what they meant, Mark.
Yeah, they're big and they're loud too, because it's some of these people are just it's you know why it's loud? Because even if you're tall, some other taller guy or someone of the same size sits in front. So the whole I swear to God, every time I've been to this theater, except with the exception of another movie I'm going to wreck, every time this happens, it's someone goes like this, they shift their body because they can't see around the other tall guy, but then the person behind them, you just hear, or so that you'll hear a chair shift followed by the sigh from the person behind them. Because now they're frame is
Are you going back to the Big and Loud series? Because if you are, you should bring a phone book and just sit on top of that so you're super high up. Just tell people it's for your back or something. They'll never know.
The scary thing about they have great programming, but the thing is you never know who you're going to sit next to, or who's going to be in front of you. So the thing is, and nowadays, because of pre-shows, everybody shows up a little bit later.
Yep.
They'll just be there nobody's obstructing me. And then just as the movie's about to start,
comes
all
a
these
family of
fucking
Vikings.
giant people like
Yeah.
file in. Yeah,
The Vikings come in off the fjord. Mark's got to sit behind 8 of them. Pass me the
also
lutefisk, yeah? Okay.
These nerds. These nerds are also going bald, so they all wear hats and they keep them on. So if the guy sits at an angle, then it's like, now I got this fucking
You got
hat
the brim.
bill going into the screen.
Okay. Well, as a fellow balding guy who has to wear a hat, I understand that, but I at least have the decency to take my hat off. Do you remember when we went to T2? The old guy behind us was like, "Can you take your fucking hat off?" And I was like, "Only because you asked so nicely." Jesus.
What if that was me time travel?
That was you. Yeah.
I see Terminator. I'm this fucking asshole.
Take your fucking hat off. So there you go. Mark saw Mark, did they have an intermission? Spartacus is very long. Long movie.
They did, yeah.
How long was your intermish?
I think it was like 15 minutes, and
Oh, that's
everyone
good.
there was like, they're all like old nerds too. So everyone filed to the toilet, and I was like,
Yep.
oh, this is how it looks when there's no one sitting in front of you.
It looks great. So there you go, Spartacus. All right. Mark, what's next for you on the Rex, buddy?
Oh, should I just go through all of them?
Oh, yeah, run through, buddy.
Okay. So another movie I saw there, I actually saw it this morning, was Gravity. And
Holy
God
shit.
damn. Here's my thing with Gravity. When it first came out, I think I saw it like 3 or 4 times.
We saw it together. I
And
remember
then
that.
Yeah. And then after that, after we had seen it, and I'd gone like
Yeah.
the other 3 times.
Hey, Mark, remember we saw Gravity? Yeah. It was not the highlight of his
memorable.
4 screenings, let me tell you. Yeah, I guess.
Wait, did we see it in a premium theater?
We saw it at the 84th with the recliners where the guy fell asleep during
Oh,
Riddick and was
that's
snoring.
right.
Yeah, we saw it at the 84th Riddick Theater. That's where we saw all the random movies.
Dude, that's crazy how often we went to 84th Street.
We
and
went
that
there a
wasn't
lot.
really a great theater.
No! Fuck no, it was not. We saw a lot
Dude,
of
they're like-
movies there.
And a lot of weirdos. There's like, I remember how many times we would just walk up the aisle after the movie and there would just be like an unhoused person with their like shoes off, just
Yeah.
reclined out.
A
passed
guy
out.
fully like passed out with no shoes, sometimes no pants or ripped pants. You know, he didn't rip his pants for the movies, ladies and gentlemen. His pants were ripped automatically. Mark, you saw Gravity today. How was it? Did you have the same problem with the tree ant people?
No, so this time nobody, and because it's a holiday and nobody's
Yes.
going to the movies because they have families to hang out, whereas I'm alone. So I went, and it was perfect. Here's the thing about this movie: it's not a movie that you would want to see on a small screen. I'm sorry, it's just too
yeah.
big,
Yeah.
and there's too much cool shit happening for it to be. That's a weird sound. Anyway, it was. I just heard some weird scraping sound. I hope I'm not gonna die.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway,
Mark's in the middle of a home
so-
invasion.
It was like glorious. It was super loud. It's kind of interesting to go from like a movie like Spartacus where they didn't really have these like crazy sound mixes to like a true Dolby Atmos experience where when George Clooney's character is floating around, you hear him going behind you. When he's above you, you hear that.
Holy
So
shit.
it was like a phenomenal oral experience. Not oral experience.
Ah, yeah, it was, buddy.
I didn't know it was gonna come. So it was glorious, and I think
At Spartacus, he was sitting behind the heads. At Gravity, he got the head. And that's the difference, people.
and that's why the second screening was better.
Welcome to Big and Loud. At the Paris
Long
Theater.
and hard. The Paris
Join
Theater.
us next week for Long and Hard. Mark, so wait, did the Paris Theater actually come through though with like the Atmos,
Oh man, it's
side of
it's
things?
great.
Okay,
Yeah,
great. That's
it was
good.
great, but like I said, I just happen to luck out. If you're a short bastard like me, take the mezzanine level and sit in the front.
There you
That's
go.
your only option as
Now
a
you
short
know.
bastard.
Now you know.
Yeah.
I've been in that theater too, so I know it is tiny. I actually went, the producer in the booth and I, when we were still in New York, we went to anniversary screening of The Breakfast Club that was attended by the cast afterwards. They had a Q&A.
Yeah.
Jess and I didn't know. We just were there for the movie. We love The Breakfast Club. So we see the movie, credits start to roll, and we're like, all right, do we want to get the fuck out of here? Let's go get dinner. We're starving. Lights come on. Fucking Kevin Smith, who's not in the movie, Kevin Smith comes out as like the moderator. He's like, "Wait, what's up, guys? I'm here to talk about Breakfast Club." And here comes the cast filing out, like Molly Ringwald, Andrew McCarthy. And Jess and I were like, we're hungry. And we got up and left, and it was very obvious. Like, the cast of The Breakfast Club definitely saw us leaving.
Wow.
But we didn't care. We didn't give a shit.
Did you not want to hear the terrible audience?
No,
questions?
I had Q&As where it is like nails on a chalkboard to me, so I would rather run to any place other than that. I was happy to see the movie, and that was it.
Even moderated, they're annoying. It's
they're
like,
terrible.
Another moderated dumb question.
Yeah, terrible. All right, Mark, what else you got on your Rex, buddy?
Okay, I think... Oh, actually, you know what? I have two more, but I'll go through them really quick. As you and I know, Frasier's on hiatus till, September? It's the next season's coming up for Frasier. So I had, I wanted to see something with Kelsey Grammer in it, because this guy's fucking hilarious. And I just happened to get a recommendation from... It was HBO Max, and it was The Pentagon Wars, which is a movie they made. And it was pretty, it was just, a fun movie to have on, and you kind of realize how stupid the military is and how wasteful they are at spending, and it's just run by a bunch of idiots.
He's been in a bunch of random military comedies too, because you know what I thought you were going to say? I thought you was going to say you watched McHale's Navy, which is the other big comedy that Kelsey Grammer was in. It was based on an old sitcom from the 60s about kind of silly shenanigans on a submarine, and he plays McHale.
Oh, really?
He's the captain of a
I'm
submarine.
writing this down now.
It's a comedy. There are all these silly people in it on board the sub. It's a really fun movie. Patton Oswalt is in it. Harlan Williams, the Rocket Man, is in it. There's a bunch of random people on his crew. It's a super fun little time capsule of a 90s comedy, McHale's Navy. Or no, I'm sorry, not McHale's Navy. Not McHale's Navy. I'm sorry, I fucked up. There were two. It's kind of like Volcano and Dante's Peak, right? There are two silly naval movies. There's McHale's Navy, I'm sorry, which was Tom Arnold.
I wrote the wrong one down.
The Kelsey Grammer one you got to write down is Down Periscope. That's his movie.
Down Periscope, okay.
It's called
That
Down
sounds
Periscope.
familiar, actually.
Listen, I would watch Down Periscope first. If you like Down Periscope, and you want some more naval hijinks, then I would go to McHale's Navy. But I would not watch McHale's Navy first, because then you won't watch any of them. McHale's Navy, it's a serious downgrade, because Down Periscope has Kelsey Grammer and that all-star cast. McHale's Navy is led by Tom Arnold. So I'll leave you with that. Down Periscope, I bet you will like a lot, because you like Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, I do. So I will check that out. I wrote down the correct one this time instead of that other piece of crap.
Just watch Down Periscope. There you go, people. I got it right. I've been drinking. I got my McHale's Navy and Down Periscope.
That sounds like a mistake I would make. Shit.
I know. It's leading you with McHale's
Now
Navy.
is a great comedy.
You're like, I downloaded McHale's Navy and I didn't see Frasier at all. Oh, whoops.
I sat through the whole goddamn movie.
That was the booze talking. Mark, what else you got, buddy?
Okay, the last one is probably... It's cheesy. I like Aaron Eckhart. I don't give a fuck. I'll watch anything he's in because I think he's entertaining as all hell, and I find him enjoyable. I watched Chief of Station, which is another one of these. You know those action movies where they're like, we have no money. Let's just go to Eastern Europe. And they just fuck up Eastern Europe and leave. It's one of those movies, but it's fun. It's got a bit of intrigue, some good action. He's very capable. I wish his star would grow because I enjoy watching him. But yeah, it's just a fun little popcorn movie. You can watch it when you're like, if you're doing some... I know it sounds...
If you're folding laundry.
It's one of those movies that you can have in the background while you do some sort of task and can kind of watch at the same time.
Or like if you're eating a loud meal, movie. It doesn't really matter because you're like, yeah, I crunched through this line. I don't care. It's fun.
Yeah, it's like I can eat Doritos for this because when you eat Doritos and it's just drowns
you can't hear anything.
Dialogue out.
Yep. Can't hear shit. Can't hear shit.
But it also means that it's a good movie because visually they tell the story, so you don't have to pay attention to that.
I don't like this new trend of movie titles adding of where they shouldn't be. Like, there's a Russell Crowe movie called Land of Bad, which it should just be called Badland. This movie should be called Station Chief. It should just be called Station Chief, and you just told me it's called Chief of Station. Dude, it would be the equivalent to Kevin Costner being like, I'm going to make The Postman, but I'm going to call it Man of Post. Why?
Man of Mail.
What are you getting from this? Why? I don't like this new fucking titling trend of. It's terrible. Cut it out.
You know what it reminds me of? It's like when old people are like, the YouTube.
Yes.
It's just like, it's too it's extraneous. It's like, you don't need to do that.
My dad still calls the internet the .coms. Well, hit me on the .coms. He does.
That's really old.
If you're like, hey, do you have an email? And he's like, I don't know. And then he finds the youngest person in the room who works for him, and he goes, do we have a .coms? And they're like, yes, we have an email. He hears the word. He fucking knows what it is.
He just chooses not to.
He's choosing to live in the 80s like a Cro-Magnon.
That sounds like most dads.
Mark, any other recs for you, buddy?
I do. I know I said I had 3 and I'm adding 2 more, but this one is something that I introduced my...
Mark's just going to keep... I've got about 12 more. I swear to God, it's the end here. I've got 12 more.
Brian screams me.
One day I'll make a rec. One day.
Okay. I hope I'm not wrecking this movie to a degree where you don't want to see it, but I introduced my brother and friend to the Hidden. Fuck, man, that movie is just so goddamn good. It's my second time watching it, so The Hidden. Gotta watch that fucking movie.
I gotta watch it.
There's a lot of funny stuff I want to talk to you about that movie. I would love to force you to do a retro review of that movie, to be honest.
It's on my list. Maybe we should... Fuck, okay. I got so much shit I gotta watch.
I would consider it kind of like a horror movie, almost.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin anything. You should not, by the way, to the audience, to you, Matt, you should not read anything about this movie. You should not watch trailers. You should just trust me that this is a good fucking movie. It's nothing you expect, and it's also a movie that's ahead of its time. And once you see it, you'll understand why.
Interesting. Okay.
And I can't really go into detail because I will spoil things, so I'm done now. I'm officially finished with my recs. I apologize for adding 2 more.
No, Mark, you can add as many as you want. Oh, okay, I got 12 more.
Yeah. I got the Brothers Grimsby again.
Brothers Grimsby. Ambulance. Yep, I knew he was going. Barb and Star. These are all the Mark hits. Don't think I forgot, motherfucker. I did
Barb and Star.
Bring ambulance. Mm-hmm. All right, here are my recs. I've only got 3. Mark, I texted you last night. I watched a movie called The Emerald Forest. If you don't know what this is, it's a movie by John Boorman, who is the guy who made Deliverance. Don't hold that against him. John Boorman. He also directed Exorcist II: The Heretic. Don't hold that against him. This movie is legit a masterpiece. I would put it on the level with William Friedkin's Sorcerer, which is one of my favorite movies ever. In terms of like when you know how we love like these like crazy jungle movies where it's like, how the fuck did they make this? How did the crew survive? How is this possible? These people faced hell, broke their backs just to give us these awesome scenes. The Emerald Forest is a movie that belongs on that list. Let me give you the premise. This is not a spoiler. This is the story from the jump. Powers Booth, who is amazing.
Love that guy.
Is like a deforester guy. He shows up in the Amazon with a crew to basically knock over a big section of the Amazon so that they can start like putting up a dam. That's what he does. While he's there, he's moved his family there. He has 2 kids. One of the kids is a little fucker who keeps leaving. Like, hey, I'm one of these kids that likes to walk off on my own. Well, when the little kid walks off on his own into the woods, he discovers like a native tribesman out of fucking nowhere who appears out of nowhere, and he takes the boy. And I'm not kidding. And then you think it's going to be one of these movies where like Powers Booth is searching for his son. He's losing his mind. He's obsessing. No, dude, it cuts to a decade later. He's been searching for the sun the whole time, and he goes back out. He goes every year to search for the sun, and he finds him. He finds him as like a member of this tribe. He's been fully assimilated into this tribe that has no connection with humanity. It's fucking
the cover
crazy.
Art makes way more sense now.
Yes. So
like,
basically,
Whitey's playing tribesman.
No, I won't tell you any more than that. I just wanted to explain why the white guy is dressed like a savage. It goes into so much detail in terms of the world of this tribe. Like, you kind of love to learn about these like new people and kind of understand what this is. Like, this movie has lore, like real lore, and supposedly it's based on a true story, which is kind of nuts. A rubber baron did actually lose his kid in the Amazon, and he kind of got taken in by a tribe and just lived with them the rest of his life. He just became one of them. But this movie does take some very interesting twists and turns. It kind of functions a little like an action adventure movie. I don't want to say too much more because I just wanted to set up the premise for you. It's fucking awesome. I saw it because it was a blind buy. Kino Lorber had a sale, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I saw this Blu-ray, The Emerald Forest, and the producer in the booth actually picked it up for me just on a whim because she was like, hey, I saw this.
Wow.
I thought you would dig this. I loved it. It's fucking excellent. I don't know if you could, Mark, I'm sure you'll be able to find a copy. People at home listening.
I cannot fucking find a copy of this thing. I think you just have to buy it because it's not streaming anywhere,
Dude,
right?
yes. No, it is nearly impossible to find. I think the only way you can see it then is on disc, which is fucking crazy. This is when I wish you lived closer because I could be like, dude, just come over. I'll give you the fucking movie. You can borrow it.
No.
It's
my
amazing.
Blockbuster.
yeah, I'm your Blockbuster. It's an amazing movie, dude. It's a real great piece of work, and I honestly think you could put it as a double bill with Sorcerer, and it would feel perfect.
That sounds fucking awesome.
I don't want to
actually
give any more of the plot away because there's so many great twists and turns. The way that like death is dealt with in the movie is also really cool. It's like really simple and real, which is kind of crazy. Like, John Boorman doesn't make a big deal about it. Like, there's a side character that when he dies, you're like, holy fuck, that guy's dead. Like, it just happens and it feels real and it's like fucking terrifying, especially once you get into the fucking jungle with the people. It's awesome. Like, it kind of reminded me a little bit, it's like a fusion of Sorcerer and another movie I love, Apocalypto, where it's like you get heavily invested in like the hierarchy of this tribe and you begin to learn how it works, and there's all this turmoil and infighting, and like it's fucking awesome. And John Boorman does not shy away. It gets really bloody and crazy. Great fucking movie. I loved it. The Emerald Forest. If you could find a copy, watch it.
I may just wind up buying it because now I'm very intrigued.
Did you like it?
Deliverance? It didn't sound like it did. Right?
I like it, but I don't think it's like the great movie that a lot of people make it out to be. I think that movie's kind of like a one-trick pony. I also think there are way better movies to me that do the exact same thing. Like, another movie with Powers Booth that I think is better than Deliverance is Southern Comfort, a movie you introduced me to.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I think
true. I recently
better version of it.
Deliverance, and I feel I agree with you in that it does feel like for its time period it was effective, but now that we've moved on, it's kind of like fallen by the wayside.
It's just become a punchline. And I know that sucks for that movie, but like I also just don't think the movie's as interesting as it thinks. It's like that Family Guy quote, it insists upon itself. Like, it thinks it's this great movie and you're supposed to assign all this meaning to it. I don't. I just think that is like a very average movie. I think Southern Comfort is the better version of Deliverance. And Mark, thank you for introducing me to that. It's a fucking great movie.
Of course, man.
Next up on my list, Mark, you're not going to believe this. You can find this very easily. I watched the remake of John Woo's The Killer. So, for people at home who don't know this, John Woo remade his own movie. We were actually going to review it on this show until we were like, we don't want to do that. So, John Woo has made a movie called The Killer, I want to say in like 1992, 1991, something like that.
Yeah, it was around that early
Great movie.
90s
It's
period.
like The Killer and Hard Boiled are like the two big John Woo movies that hit over here in America and kind of made a path for him to direct movies over here. Well, he remade The Killer today, right now, with an American or slightly like American European cast, basically. The film dork in me thinks that's interesting. Like, okay, this director's going to remake his own shit. But then I looked it up, dude. He's actually done this before. He made a movie called To Catch a Thief, and then he remade it in America as a TV movie called To Catch a Thief in 1996. Like right before Broken Arrow hit big. So he's got a history of doing this, which is really cool. I didn't know it. How crazy is that, dude? Not only does a director remake his own movie, he's done it twice now in his career. So I've got to think Hard Boiled's coming, right? Because I know he made that Hard Boiled video game. I've got to think he's going to remake Hard Boiled because it feels like he's just remaking stuff.
I hope that he keeps it in the line of like Silent Night, where he's keeping it gritty and dark and just lots of violence and physical effects. Like,
and dude,
Hard
the
Boiled
killer has all of that.
Well, here's the thing: is like if he does Hard Boiled, how is he going to top how amazing those action sequences are?
Hard Boiled's a tough
he's
one
totally
to go.
Going to supplement it with like CG bullet hits and blood hits, and it's just not going to have that. Visceral.
So I don't want to bullshit you. The Killer remake, which you can watch on Peacock, by the way, right now, it does have CGI hits, bullet hits, but the physical action, the stunt work, the choreography, it's kind of great. Like, I don't know, man. I like Hard Boiled more than I like the original Killer. The Killer is a great movie.
Yeah.
But so I'm not coming into this with a bunch of like attachment or like, oh no, you can't do that. Like, I don't care. So to me, I was just down to watch this experiment, basically. It felt like a film school experiment. All right, let's see if this guy can cover his own material. How he's going to do it. 30 years later? Dude, it's so fun. It's just like a really fucking good movie. It's just like a good, solid retelling of The Killer. The only negative I can ding on it is the CGI hits. That's it. Everything else, the physical fights, the chases, his camera work, and he leans into it, man. There's so much there's fucking doves from frame one. There's just doves. When it goes to the fucking his credit, directed by John Woo, I shit you not, Mark, it's a shot of nothing but doves flying, like 20 doves. Like
Dude, that
flapping
guy's
around.
gotta like give it up with those fucking doves.
The doves
he
are
totally
everywhere.
Ruined Mission Impossible with this fucking dove.
He's still doing the doves. But the action was great. It's got a really good cast. Omar Sy, the French guy who played Lupin, is in it. He plays the cop. And the assassin is... They gender swapped the assassin, but she actually did a really good job. It's Natalie Emmanuel from the Fast and Furious movies. The hacker.
Oh, yeah. Isn't she also in, like, Game of Thrones, too? Right?
Yes. She was, what's-her-face's handmaiden or whatever. She was in love with Grey
Khaleesi.
Worm. Yes, Khaleesi. Big old Khaleesi. The Killer. It's on Peacock. Worth a watch. I was surprised how good it was. I didn't expect much. So it's gotten me excited to check out Silent Night, but I'm waiting. I'm gonna watch it for the holidays. I can't watch Silent Night right now. It's crazy.
It'll be way more fun if you do it that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the holidays. And lastly, my last one. Mark, I watched a super interesting movie called The Brother from Another Planet. I talked about this, I think, last week. I finally watched it. The Brother from Another Planet. This is directed by John Sayles. I found out about it from that cult movie docuseries I was watching. I was like, what the fuck movie is this? It's good. It is a little slow. I think you have to be in the mood for a film school movie. You have to be in the mood to be challenged a bit. And I don't just mean by the subject matter. I also mean by like, hey, it's not super populist. Like, it challenges you. The movie's very episodic. But I was just in a mood. I was like in a fucking film school mood. I was like, let's see this thing. And I really liked it a lot. They actually do some very cool things with the alien tech in the movie because they have no money. It's just like a gritty 80s New York movie. But here's what they do. I don't think this is a spoiler. Oh, I love them too. So like you get to see what the old A train looked like, and you probably see what Harlem looks like. It takes place in Harlem. That's really where the movie is set. And the cool thing is it, like the title suggests, an alien crash lands on Earth, played by Joe Morton from T2 and Speed. And he just happens to look like a black guy. The only alien thing about him are his feet. His feet look alien and weird. So he has to find shoes. He has to steal shoes to cover them up. But once he's there, he just assimilates. And the way he does it is kind of like being there. He doesn't speak. So people just kind of assign whatever they want onto him. They're like, yeah, he gets it, right? And then he uses this
interesting.
to kind of like infuse himself in people's lives. Like, to some people, he's a friend. To other people, he's a worker. You get to see him experience the different sides of humanity. Like, he learns about good and evil, and he learns about drugs, and he learns about, like... It was cool to watch him discover these things. And meanwhile, while that's happening, this is where I was talking about, there are two alien bounty hunters that are after him who have come to this planet as well. And the way that these guys move is so fucking weird. I thought at first it was just like weird, like physical choreography, but he actually shot them backwards. And when he plays it forwards, their moves with people who are moving the correct way is fucking bizarre. Like, even just them.
That's a really cool detail.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, there's really cool, simple film school tricks they used to make that shit work. Like, there's a cool bit too. I don't want to spoil it. There's a cool bit where they have like a piece of tech, like this tech, to shackle him because they want to catch him really bad. They want to cuff him. I don't want to tell you. I won't spoil it. It's really cool because it's super lo-fi, like low tech. You're like, how's this gonna look? And the way that they did it was awesome. Like, you totally buy it.
Really?
All of a sudden, it becomes like an alien pursuit movie, and you're like, whoa. Yes.
Actually, I think I might. I'm gonna see it. By the way, was this easier to watch than your last rec? Is it easier to find a copy of this or streaming?
Yes, Mark, because it's on Tubi.
Oh.
I watched The Brother from Another Planet on Tubi, and they have a good transfer of it. It's like a 1080p transfer. But look, this is a very low-budge movie from the 80s, so mid-80s, I want to say. So it doesn't have a great transfer to begin with. It's one of these movies, when you start it, there's no production shingle. It's like, with many thanks to this department, this country, finishing funds. Like, it's very official. You're like, am I supposed to see this slate? What is this? No, that's part of the movie. It's really cool, man. It's just very different, especially too, like, I think, not to be this guy, but like, I think different people will get different things out of the movie. I think if you are a black person, you'll probably get a lot more out of it because you'll be like, oh fuck, man, that's how I feel alien in certain neighborhoods, or I feel like I'm being looked at weird. And to me, I got some of that stuff too, because like, it felt very much like a movie about immigration, like what an illegal immigrant or quote unquote illegal alien feels like trying to assimilate in this country. Like, it's
in the
pretty
hardest
cool.
city too.
In the hardest fucking city. Yeah, his ship crash lands on Ellis Island. They're not being secretive about what it is they're trying to say.
It's actually really. I appreciate those kind of movies. They're really cool. It's kind of like it helps you kind of understand things better because it's just a completely foreign. Like, it's, it's like an actual alien, but for some reason, because he's going through these things that humans go through, you're like, oh, now I get it.
Yes.
Which is the power of cinema, I guess.
The power of le cinema. Yeah, dude. No, it's true. No, but that's actually true, though, what you said. It could be two things. It's cheesy and it's true, though, because it does make a lot of sense. Like, I would just say, be prepared, because it can be a bit challenging, especially if you're not in the mood. If you're like, this is a little more slower paced. Like, you got to be in the mood for a slower paced movie. You got to be in the mood for something challenging. And I will admit, there's one episode of the movie that I thought was like very slow because I could not understand the guy he was with. And I thought it was just me being like an old man. But I looked it up online, and many people complain about the scene. You'll know it when you see it. It's the scene when he hangs out with the Rastafarian. I had no idea. They don't subtitle him. I had no idea what was being said.
He's the only guy not subtitled. Oh my god. Like,
yeah. And I was like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I understood what was happening, but it was clearly hinged on information he was giving him, and I had no idea what was happening. I had to like,
we're like,
look up.
I cannot understand this.
I was like, I had to look up what people interpreted what that scene meant so that I could get a grasp on it. And I was like, okay.
Here's a question for you, though. Is it supposed to be like that? Are you really not? Is it supposed to be kind of like, as much as this guy doesn't understand him, he doesn't understand this guy? Is like, or that's is it just? That's
a good point. But
he just like, that guy is bad here.
No, in the scene, I think it's just shitty audio. In the scene, he's clearly understanding what the guy is saying. So I think, because he's the cipher for us, we're supposed to understand it. I don't understand what's happening in that scene.
I do like that.
It's not subtitled. It's not
sort of like when you watch those reality shows and it's like some guy is subtitled because they have a slight accent, and you're like,
why is he subtitled? Right, exactly. Do you think people get offended, like if they're speaking English, but they're like in Ireland, and they see subtitles and they're like, "What the bloody fuck?"
Dude, I think I would be if I was like, say for example, if it's like, they're like, "Hey, can we shoot with you?" and you do the scene and you finally do it, and then everyone else has no subtitles, and then you talk
except
and
for
there's
you,
just like the yellow words. You're like, fuck! No one knows what I'm saying.
Nobody understands me. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Brother from Another Planet. It's on Tubi. Yeah, I should say so. Brother from Another Planet is on Tubi. The Killer remake is on Peacock. Emerald Forest, I'm sorry to say, is only on disc. So if you want to find that, you got to get the disc.
And from my research, it's also only on disc.
From Mark's word on the street, Mark's search on the street, it's only on disc. That's it for me for the Rex. That was really fun.
Those are some good ass Rex, bro.
Hell yeah!
I actually want to check out all of those now.
I know. I really want to watch The Hidden now. Maybe I'll try and catch that tomorrow.
Dude, you will fucking love it.
I can't wait because I've
me.
heard you talk about it on the show before, so I know it's like really good, and I could tell by the way you're talking to me about it that it's gonna be good because you are being very guarded about how you're talking about it.
Yeah, I don't want to say
it's good.
Yeah, I'm serious. Don't try. I know if you like doing research and finding out shit, just fucking do it after the movie.
Do it after the movie. Okay, I'll do it after.
The one thing hidden about this is it's a hidden gem. Thank you.
The only thing hidden about this is my IP address when I illegally acquired the movie. I knew that would get you.
That's why we are sponsored by NordVPN.
Nord. What the Nord? Avoid
Is it one of those
the Nord.
stupid ones? There's Nord.
Surfshark. Surfshark's the other one. Welcome to Surfshark.
VPN.
You can watch Netflix in Ireland, where they have to still subtitle people even though they speak English. Mark, next week, we will be reviewing Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. We will be reviewing it with friend of the show, special guest, Dasein.
Very talented musician.
Very talented guy. He will be here. We'll have to tell him what we thought of 12 Angry Men.
Oh, shit, I better watch that.
Just say it's good. I'm just going to say it's good.
Tony listens to the show.
But I watched it. He's going to hear us. We've talked about it already. We reviewed it on another show, and last week we brought it up and we both were saying, yeah, it's good. I don't know what else to say. It's good. I was very blown away that one juror was the fucking grandpa from Problem Child, but it was a young version of him because it's the 1950s, and I was like, oh my god, Jack Warden is in this movie? You know what I'm talking about? He's the guy on the jury. He's the guy on the jury that wants to go to the Yankees game. That's Jack Warden from Problem Child. I've only known him as an old man.
I like how it's this, like, this high piece of cinema, and that's your takeaway.
Like, whoa, Problem Child. It's the guy from Problem Child.
Fuck that movie.
So next week, we will say that 12 Angry Men is good, because it is.
It's good.
It is good. It is good.
Very
it's no
good
Glengarry Glen Ross, but it's good. It is good.
It's no Brother from Another Planet.
It's no Brother from Another Planet. Dude, Brother from Another Planet is legit, though. It's good, dude. Wait till you see it. Wait till you see it. Mark's going to be like, I understood everything the Rasta man said. You put me on the spot.
I totally understood what he said. Blood clot.
How could you not understand, Matt? You're going to put me on the spot because I didn't understand the Rasta character.
You racist sack of shit.
You racist piece of shit. Everything's not Irie. Everything's not Irie at all. That's it for us, ladies and gentlemen. We're out of here. Peace.
Peace. I see you later.